Hello, I'm Mark Forsyth and welcome to the sixth lesson, I think, on how to write English verse. As ever, if you haven't watched the previous 5 lessons, go back because this lesson won't make any sense without them. If you have watched the previous 5 lessons, I just want to recap a moment as to the structure of everything we've learned, because we've now learned the basic structure of English verse. The important thing that we said at the beginning was that each word in the English language has a natural stress. And you can find that natural stress if you just overemphasize it a bit. So if you look around the room you're in and say, is that a table or a table? Is this the collar of my shirt or the collar? Most words in English, by the way, are stressed on the first syllable, but quite a few aren't. The word begin is stressed on the second syllable. Anyway, you can then therefore arrange words in a line in such a way that they form a regular rhythm. And if that rhythm runs ta-tum, 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 that's iambs. If it runs tum-ta-tum, ta-tum, ta-tum-ta, that's trochees. If it runs ta-ta-tum, 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 that's anapaests. And if it's tum-ta-ta-tum, ta-ta-tum, ta-ta-tum, ta-ta, that's dactyls, which was the last lesson. And this is the first lesson which I want to because we've now got the basic structure down, I want to fill in some details and some caveats and some changes. The thing I want to tell you about now is that the unstressed syllables at the beginning or the end of a line don't matter much. They really don't. They don't matter. You can cut them off. Last lesson we did dactyls and we did the Charge of the Light Brigade. And just to go back to that, you have the famous lines: cannon to left of them, cannon to right of them, cannon in front of them, volleyed and thundered. Now if you think of it, that last line, volleyed and thundered, tum-ta-ta-tum-ta, there should, if it was regular dactyls, be a final unstressed syllable there, but you don't need it. It's still got a great rhythm, a strong pounding rhythm. You didn't need that last unstressed syllable. Similarly, in the double dactyl I wrote, I cut off the last 2 unstressed syllables of that, and the rhythm still works. You can always just cut off the unstressed syllables at the end of a line. You can also cut off the unstressed syllables at the beginning of a line. 2 lessons ago, when we were doing anapaests, I gave the example of the Solitude of Alexander Selkirk, and the first line of that is perfectly regular anapaests. I am monarch of all I survey, ta-ta-tum, ta-ta-tum, ta-ta-tum. But the second line does not have the first unstressed syllable that sort of should be in there if it were regular anapaests. It goes instead, my right there is none to dispute. My right has the stress, so there's just one unstressed syllable before it. Now, Cooper could easily have made that line perfectly regular anapaests. He could just have thrown in a word like and. He could have said, I am monarch of all I survey, and my right there is none to dispute. But he didn't need it, so he didn't even bother writing the word and. You can also add unstressed syllables on to the end of a line very easily. When I taught you the Iambic Pentameter, I taught it in the most simple possible way. I said that it's 10 syllables long. It's alternating soft and stressed. So it's ta-tum, 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 ta-tum. But if you take the most famous Iambic Pentameter ever written, probably, it goes, to be or not to be, that is the quest. Shun. The shun there, the word question is stressed on the first syllable, question, so the shun is unstressed, that's an unstressed syllable added to the end, and it doesn't matter, it's fine. Shakespeare did it quite a lot. It also helps, by the way, as a general point in all this, if you've got the rhythm going, so it's the going in the audience's head, and then, well, it'll also be going for a while, you can do all sorts of variations. So there's the old joke about Hamlet. What's Hamlet about? It's about 5 hours. And that line is right in the middle. Similarly, in Macbeth, the most famous line in Macbeth is probably, is this a dagger that I see before me? Me is unstressed. You can put that on the end. Technically speaking, by the way, that's called a feminine ending. I have no idea why. I'm a prosodist, not an anatomist, but that's the term. But don't worry about any of the technical terms in all this. They don't matter. Important thing is you can also you can add unstressed syllables to the beginning of the line as well. I'll be much more wary about doing that because it can trip the reader up as he's trying to follow the rhythm, but you can do it. In terms of today's lesson, what I want you to take away is what you would technically call the acephalous iambic tetrameter. Acephalous is when you chop the the first unstressed syllable off. It's just Greek for headless. So the Iambic Pentameter, we remember that. She walks in beauty like the night, ta-tum, 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 ta-tum. So if you chop that first unstressed syllable off, you're left with tum, ta-tum, ta-tum, ta-tum. And that's such a nice, beautiful, lovely rhythm that poets have written whole poems just in that rhythm. So it's not a variation anymore, it's a rhythm in and of itself. One of my favourite poems ever written is by W. Jordan. It's called Lullaby. And I'll recite you the first verse, the first quarter of it. And the whole thing is in that rhythm of a tum, ta-tum, ta-tum, ta-tum. And you'll recognise that you need to remember when I'm reciting it, that, for example, the word sleeping is stressed on the first syllable. It's sleeping, not sleeping. And similarly human, not human, and faithless, and so on. So bear all that in mind, and you will hear the rhythm going tum to tum to tum to tum. Lay your sleeping head, my love, human on my faithless arm. Time and fevers burn away, individual beauty from thoughtful children and the grave proves the child ephemeral. But in my arms till break of day, let the living creature lie, mortal, guilty, but to me, thee entirely beautiful. It's lovely, and it's tum to tum to tum to tum. Now, you may have thought of an objection to what I've just been saying, if you are of a logical and captious nature, and I shall explain the objection and why it doesn't matter much. I've created a very high-tech system of graphics to help illustrate this. So if I hold that up there, yes. Okay, there's the rhythm written out. Tum to tum to tum to tum. Lay your sleeping head, my love. Lay your sleeping head, my love. Now you may be saying, I've said that that's an iambic tetrameter with the first unstressed syllable missed off here, and you may be thinking, couldn't you say that it's trochees with the last unstressed syllable missed off? To which my reply would be, yeah, you could. And really, though, that's missing the point. It sort of can be, because William Blake used exactly the same rhythm to write his poem, Tiger. And that goes, you probably know, it goes, tiger, tiger, burning bright in the forests of the night. Same rhythm. Sorry, this is sort of glaring, I know, I can sort of see that. It's also backwards for me, which makes this really hard to do. Tiger, tiger, burning bright. Now that to me sounds more like trochees, it sounds more like double, double, toil and trouble. And lullaby, lay your sleeping head, my love, sounds softer, it sounds more iambic. But really, it's not about the technical terminology in all this. It's really not. It's not about the long Greek words. I'm not teaching you laws, I'm not teaching you rules. I'm teaching you methods to write beautiful lines. This tum-ta, 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 tum is the method that W.H. Auden used to write Lullaby. And it's the method that William Blake used to write Tiger. It's the method that T.S. Eliot used to write Garlic and Sapphires in the Mud, Plot the Bedded Axle Tree. It's the method Alexander Pope used to write in Dying Christian to His Soul, Vital spark of heavenly flame, quit, oh quit this mortal frame. It's a beautiful method, and you can use that method to write beautiful lines too. That's the whole point of all of this. And that's what I want you to go away and do. I want you to go away and write beautiful lines going tum to tum to tum to tum. Or just write any lines going tum to tum to tum to tum. Start with the rhythm, get the beauty later. That's important. I thought I'd give you a subject this week, this lesson. I'm doing these every couple of days. But I thought I'd give you a subject, something to write about just because, you know, it gives you an idea. And in these strange and troubling, tea-stirring times, we've all been looking at our food cupboards and our fridges a little more fretfully than once we did. So what I want you to do is to go to your food cupboard or your fridge, open it up and have a look in there. And each item, work out how it's stressed, how the word is stressed. Take it out, have a look at it and say, is this mustard or is it mustard? Is this cheese? This cheese, is it cheddar or cheddar? Is this mayonnaise or is it mayonnaise? Are these tomatoes or tomatoes? And just go through, and once you've worked them all out, try and arrange them into this, oh God, it's glaring away, isn't it? This rhythm. Tum to tum to tum to tum. Mayonnaise and cheddar cheese. Mustard, milk and garden peas. Bonus points if you can make it rhyme. You don't have to, but it is quite possible. And to prove that it's possible, I'm going to take you and show you my fridge. I'm going to pick you up if you don't mind. And we are going to look, I bought an orchid. Isn't that nice? We're going to go through to my kitchen, come into my kitchen, set the spider to the fly, and we shall look, if we can, into the glory that is my fridge. And you can just look around the fridge, and you can say, is that, if it will focus, is that a carrot or is it a carrot? Is that a yogurt or is it a yogurt? Are those tomatoes or are they tomatoes or tomatoes if you're American? And then you can just arrange it quickly. You can say onion, yogurt, roasted lamb, milk, tomato, Parma ham. That is Parma ham, I promise. But there we are. Onion, yogurt, roasted lamb, milk, tomato, Parma ham. You've got the rhythm. And that it really is how easy it is. And I should rest you on top of the fridge there. Yes, just do that. Next lesson in a couple of days' time, we shall be doing trochaic substitutions. Until then, I want you to go forth, as you know, to stay home, and versify your fridge.